How's it going, everybody? Hope you're doing well. And today we're going to be taking a look at this little EDC flashlight. This was sent to me by a company known as Tunenge. Tunenge. I'm probably not pronouncing that right. It's a it's a company based overseas, and they sent me this little AA flashlight. They reached out to me, asked me if I wanted to take a look at one of their products, and this was the one I chose. I just feel like it was, the best for my everyday purposes. I usually don't carry a flashlight bigger than this. I've carried the i3T EOS, the Streamlight MicroStream. So this was right in that, size range. So this was the one I chose, and I have been very, very impressed with this little flashlight. And it has some things about it that kind of set it above all the other flashlights, and we'll get to that. But I've been really, really impressed with this specific, model, which is called the S5. And this is their AA flashlight. So that's one thing I really, really look for in a EDC flashlight, is if it's able to accept AA batteries, because there's nothing worse than trying to use your flashlight and you don't have your charger. So you go to use it, it's dead, can't find the charger anywhere, can't use your flashlight. So having the option to go and just find a AA battery is so convenient, and that's why I'm not really a big fan of rechargeable flashlights. So this can do both. You can recharge this flashlight if you obviously have a rechargeable battery, or you can go and you can just get a regular old AA battery, and this thing will work just fine. So taking a look at the box here, I'm going to kind of get a zoom in here. So here's kind of some specs on the outside. It has a 168-hour max runtime. That's obviously on the lowest setting, which is called the moonlight mode. So that's what gets that 168 hours max runtime. 1400 lumens, max lumens. That's on their turbo mode, and then it charges via USB-C. It has a 1.5 meter drop impact, and it is IP66 rated. That's just for like everyday water stuff. Obviously you don't want to go take this thing scuba diving with you, but it can easily hold up to everyday spills. Drop it in a puddle or something, you'll be fine. And then here's kind of the back. We'll go over, the lumens and everything, but this is just a quick glance at the turbo, high, medium, low, moonlight, strobe, and SOS mode. And then here's all the, the beam distances there. So compatible with one AA battery, and it has a magnetic tail cap. We'll take a look at that as well. So that's the box. Very, very simple. And so let's open this thing here. So you open it up, you have the flashlight here, and then you flip it over on the back here, and you have some goodies inside. So here's the, the user manual. You have your USB-C charging cable, and then you have these two colored little caps. So this is going to be great if you're ever in an emergency situation. So this would be a great flashlight if you don't want to, if you're not into keeping like a flashlight on your person. This would be a fantastic flashlight to keep in your car in case you're ever in a, in a situation where you need to flag someone down, or you're in a, in an SOS situation. You have a way to, use these colored little caps to signal and do whatever you need to do. All right, so taking a look at this thing real quick, kind of taking a look at the outside. You have a full aluminum body. Then you have, some grooves cut into the metal to help you with, your grip. So that's very nice. You have your main button right here, which is going to do, pretty much work for all your controls, all your different modes. Is just this one button, which I do really like. I really don't like on other flashlights where there's like 6 different buttons all over it. It's kind of hard to track which one that you press for which mode. This has one button, and it's very, very easy to operate. So that's very nice. You have the brand name with the model number, and you have the warning there that it does get hot when it's at its max brightness. What I do really like, a nice little touch about this flashlight, is when you line up, like when you unscrew this thing, when you finally screw it back and you have it fully tightened up, those two little lines match up. I think that's a really, really cool little detail there. And then you have the pocket clip here. So it's able to go onto a pocket, obviously, and then it's able to slide onto like a cap brim. We'll take a look at that as well. But what I do like about it is you can rotate the clip 360 degrees around it. So wherever you like to carry it, you can put it at exactly the place that you want. So that's really cool. You have the little USB-C charging port here for your rechargeable battery. And then unscrewing it here, you have your magnetic tail cap, obviously. And you have, they actually include this. It's a 1000 milliamp hour, rechargeable battery. So they include this, but you can always put in your own, or you can put in one AA battery. But that's pretty much it. Very, very simple, flashlight, which I really, really like. Keep it simple, stupid. That's what I always say with flashlights. Flashlights, they can just get so freaking complicated. So it's really nice to just see a flashlight that's just super simple, very, very easy to operate and understand. So when using this, I found the light to be extremely, extremely crisp. So this is measured at 6500 Kelvin, which basically makes this kind of like a coolish neutral white. It's not going to be like a warm white, where it has like a yellow tint, but it's not going to be the super, blinding blue light. This is like right in the middle. So it has like that nice, that nice bright look to it, but, without being too blue or too warm. It's just right in the middle, 6500 Kelvin, very, very nice, color profile in the light there. And then what I do really like about the button is it has a very, very nice, satisfying click to it. It's not necessarily like a, like a soft click, but it's not really a hard click either. It's very, very satisfying. I really enjoy the little button on this thing. And if you ever throw this thing, in like a bag or something, and you don't want to worry about the light going off while it's in your bag, you can just press and hold for 2 seconds. It'll give you 3 little warning lights, and now this light is completely locked. So if you try to use it, it just gives you that little warning light basically saying it's locked, can't use this thing. So that's a really, that's another cool little feature. They show you right here, press 2 times, or press for 2 seconds for lock and unlock. So now if you want to unlock it, press and hold for 2 seconds, and now you can go through all your modes and you're back to business. So really nice little feature they offer there. And then as I said before, this does have a magnetic tail cap. So if you're ever working out somewhere, if you're working outside, working under the hood of your truck, working on anywhere near any metal, you can stick this to it, which is a very, very, very convenient feature. So I really, really do like that about it as well. All right, so here is the flashlight on a hat, just so you guys can see that it can fit on a hat brim. What's really nice is that you can rotate the flashlight 360 degrees while it's installed on the hat. So that's very, very nice. So I personally like to have it like this. Oh, it's kind of uneven. I like to have it like this. So now when I'm actually wearing the hat, all I have to do is reach up and I can easily find that button. Or if you want, you can spin it around and you can put the button on top. So all you got to do is reach up, click the button, you're good to go. So very nice, hands-free. Basically you got a little headlamp. So very nice touch. So now that we've talked about everything on the outside, let's get to all of the different modes. I'm going to put up some, clips here of me actually using this outside so you guys can see how this looks at night. All right, so default right out of the box, if you click the button one time, you get your moonlight mode, and that's at 3 lumens, and this has a runtime of 168 hours with a beam distance of 8 meters. Now, if you press and hold, you go to your low mode, so that is 30 lumens. That has an 18-hour runtime, and you have a distance of 25 meters. If you hold that one more time, you get medium mode, which is 120 lumens, 6-hour runtime for 50 meters. And then you press it one more time, and that's going to be 420 lumens at a 5-hour runtime and a distance of 98 meters. All right, so the last 3 modes we have, the first one is turbo mode. So from the off position, if you double click it, you get your turbo mode automatically, which is your 1400 lumens. This has a max runtime of 4 hours and a beam distance of 168 meters. And then you have your 2 kind of, emergency, we could call it modes. So we have the strobe mode. So you click it 3 times. That takes you right to your strobe. That's 1400 lumens. So basically your turbo mode on strobe that has a runtime of 6 hours. So you click it 3 times for strobe, then you click it another 3 times. That takes you to your SOS mode. That's 120 lumens, and that has a runtime of 18 hours. And that's really nice. If you're ever in an emergency situation, you have pretty much 18 hours of SOS mode to, flag down help or anything like that. So I really like how they made that kind of a lower lumen, so you get the max runtime you can have for any emergency situation. And one feature that I do really love about this light is no matter what mode you're in, all you have to do is click the button one time and it turns off. So no matter what mode you're in, even if you're on turbo mode, you click it once, it goes off. And another great thing is it saves the last mode that you use. So now the next time that you press that button, it goes back to the mode you were using previously. So for example, let's say I turn it on and I go to my low mode. Okay, now if I press that off, when I press that again, I go right back to low mode. Now let's say I go up to medium mode. If I click it, it turns off. Click it one more time, now I'm back in medium mode, same thing. So I do really love that feature. If you remember what mode you were in the last time, all you have to do is click that button again and it goes back to exactly what mode that you saved before. So I really, really do love that feature. And now we're going to take a look at these little caps. So basically these things just slip right onto the top. And if we turn off our light here and we turn this on, we have this really, really bright red light. So it makes it very, very easy for people to see you if you're ever in an emergency situation. So this is going to be a flash warning for anybody watching. So this is your warning right now. I'm going to turn this off and I'm going to put it on strobe, and then I'm going to go to SOS modes. So I'm going to click 3 times, 1, 2, 3. This is your strobe mode, and click it 3 more times, 1, 2, 3. Now we're on our SOS mode. And one feature I love about this flashlight that kind of coincides with your SOS mode is if you're ever in an emergency situation and you need to be hands-free, you can stick this thing to anything metal and still show that you're in distress. So really, really nice. And they also include this bright orange. I'll show you guys that as well. So it's kind of hard to tell on camera that this is actually like an orange, but it's a very, very like bright fluorescent orange. So that's your orange, and then this is your red. So it's, pretty hard to tell on camera, but it's very, very noticeable in person. So I really, really like how they include these little caps in there. This would be a fantastic flashlight to put in like a go bag, in your car, in an emergency kit, pretty much anywhere. But specifically if you're looking for something to put in your car, I would highly, highly recommend this specific flashlight, just in the fact that it comes with an SOS mode and also that it comes with these 2 little caps and the magnetic tail cap. So it all works very, very well, and I'm very impressed by it. All right, so now that you've pretty much seen everything, you've seen all the modes, the high quality build, the magnetic tail cap, the compatibility with a rechargeable battery and a regular AA battery, a really nice pocket clip. The best part about this thing, it's 25 bucks. You can get this thing on Amazon right now for $25. Pretty much any other flashlight, I don't think, even comes close to this thing. Just for example, like a i3 TEOS from Olight goes for like 30 bucks, doesn't have half the features that this thing has. So again, really impressed with this little light, 25 bucks. I mean, you literally cannot go wrong. It's such a good deal. And I was not expecting to like this light as much as I did when, this company reached out, but I'm really glad they did. This is definitely my new, EDC light. It definitely trumps every other light that I have easily in terms of EDC purposes. Obviously, you have lights like these. This is from Rovivon. This is just a... the size difference kind of tells it all. But this has way more features. This has a UV light, way brighter, just a lot heavier and a lot more modes. But when it comes to EDC, all you need is this little guy. Has all the modes that you need, and very, very affordable, very, very good deal. So I will have this link down in the description below for you guys to go check out on Amazon for your convenience. And I will see you guys in the next one.